Welcome to this Football Manager 2020 experiment, which is a follow-up to my last experiment where I created the world's greatest footballer ever, Mr. Perfect, with 20 on every single attribute, wonderful hidden attributes, an incredible personality, just the most perfect footballer ever. If you missed that experiment, maybe go and check that out first. Now, this particular experiment is a popular suggestion. Quite a few people in the 4 parts of the last experiment suggested moving him to a non-league team. So that's what I'm going to do in this experiment series. It might only be one video, might be more than one. We'll see how it goes. He's going to be playing for Oxford City in the National League South, who at the time, at the start of the game, were predicted to finish bottom of the table. By adding Mr. Perfect to the team, they're now expected to finish 9th. But surely, with the world's greatest footballer ever, they will win the league. But we'll find out in this part 1. Now, the differences from the last experiment is I've made him an attacking player. He's just going to be playing in the final third of the pitch, which will be a very scary prospect for non-league defenders. He's got 20 on everything. He's a model citizen. I've made all his hidden attributes 20. Previously, in the last experiment, he had 10 on loyalty because I thought maybe it'd be nice to see him move around a bit. But of course, we had to force him to move in the end because he was just such an expensive player. Now, he's only on £200 a week, and I suspect there's going to be teams swooping in for him, so he might have to do a lot of editing and move him back to Oxford City during the transfer windows, because I think, well, surely big clubs are going to come in from... I don't think there's a way to force him to just stay at a club for his whole career. I'm not sure there's an option on the editor. If anyone knows, then let me know. I have fiddled around, but it hasn't worked. So yeah, very low contract. He has £1 billion release clause here. But, you know, Oxford City would accept very little money from him, I'm sure, because, you know, just imagine what they could do with £1 million in non-league football. So without further ado, let's holiday into the future and see what happens. So it's June 2020. I've simulated the first season, and you can see at the bottom there, Mr. Perfect has smashed it. No surprises. He's scored in all competitions, 85 in the league. 18 assists in all competitions, 37 man of the match awards in all competitions, 29 in the league, an insane average rating, and of course he has fired Oxford City into the National League Premier by easily winning the National League South. Look at him. Oh, insane. 85 goals in the league. A million miles ahead of the next best player. But he's kind of what you'd expect. Maybe if we simulated the first season a few times, he'd actually get that 100 goals tally. I'm sure he would if we simulated it a few times. They scored 135 goals this season in the league. 85, of course, scored by Mr. Perfect, and he assisted quite a few as well and was involved in probably most of their goals. 112 points, only 2 defeats all season. He picked up top goal scorer award, of course, player of the season awards, lots of Player of the Month awards as well. He primarily played up front, 31 games up front, but he's developed into being a left midfielder. Of course, Oxford City could train him up to be any position if they so wished. I'm guessing they don't really play attacking midfielders because he's been playing on the left-hand side of midfield. They had a good season in other competitions as well. They did get to the first round of the FA Cup. They were unfortunately defeated by Blackpool in the replay, but they did well to get to that point, as I suppose. FA Trophy, they were defeated in the second round. But yeah, the league, absolutely on fire. 6-2 win on the penultimate day, 6-1 win here, 5-1, 8-1 against Chelmsford City. My boys Chelmsford getting mutilated by Mr. Perfect, as you can see there. How far can he take Oxford City? Can he take them all the way to the Premier League single-handedly? I don't know. I don't see why not, to be honest. By the way, he's been capped at England under-21 level, but for some reason isn't in the first team, which seems a bit strange. He's the key player, but he's not actually been capped yet. I think it might be because he's playing at National League South level, so I suppose it's no surprise. I can't imagine he'll have won, you know, the Ballon d'Or. It's not called the Ballon d'Or, Golden Ball, because of course he's not playing at a high enough level. But eventually he'll be able to get up there, won't he? I suppose, in the end. If he can get Oxford City promoted to the top flight, of course. So I think I'll holiday one more season to see if he can get them up to the Football League. And then if you guys want a part 2, if you want me to continue all the way into the future and see if he can get them all the way to the Premier League, then leave a like on this video. I'll say 500 likes on this video and I will do a part 2. I think that's an attainable target. He's done it. Oxford City have done it. They've been promoted to the Football League with 120 points, only 2 defeats all season again. Not so many goals for Mr. Perfect this time, 64, but top of the assists, still top of the average rating, 9.23, top of the Man of the Match awards with 37. So he contributed goals from all sorts of places, either scoring them himself or assisting, because they did actually still score 135 goals. But of course he didn't score as many of them this time. I mean, if we look at the stats, like goals, top obviously, average minutes per goal, every 60 minutes he scored a goal, top of the shots on target, most assists, he's probably up on key passes somewhere, yeah, 6th on key passes, chances created, most chances created in the league, 76 goals in all competition this season, 33 assists, 50 Man of the Match awards in 56 games. That is insane. By the way, he was bought by PSG last summer, in I think the end of June, for 35.5 million. So I moved him back to Oxford City. PSG lose all that money. Anyone that signs him, they're losing money. So there's no point signing him because I'm going to move him back, of course. Now he played up front, 31 games up front, but 22 on the left-hand side of midfield, which is probably why he picked up a lot more assists this year because he wasn't just playing up front. 3 games on the right-hand side of midfield as well, where he averaged a 10.0. If we hadn't frozen his attributes, they probably would have declined quite a lot because, of course, Oxford City won't have very good training facilities and that sort of thing. But they're up to the Football League now. They're going to have a bit of money. I don't know what sort of money they have now. That's the current picture for Oxford City, I suppose. These are their facilities, so they're not the best. But yeah, Oxford City into the Football League, up into League One. Mr. Perfect still hasn't been capped by England. He's in the under-21 team still. But he's still listed as the key player and also the top player in England. But it just seems a bit weird that they've not given him a go. I think it's literally because he's playing at such a low level. His reputation is high, though, I think. If we look at it. It's 9,982 current reputation, 10,000 home reputation. So he's the most famous player. One of the most famous players in the world, probably the most famous player in the world actually with that reputation. He's not wanted by many teams considering. Arsenal, Chelsea and Leicester. Now, he is going to be signed by someone because I've accidentally set his release clause at 1 million. So I will rectify that before the next video. So he'll probably move somewhere and I'll move him back. But I can just edit his contract details and that's fine. It was 1 billion before, but when I moved him back from PSG, I accidentally put 1 million in instead of 1 billion. But he stayed at the club. He didn't move in January or anything like that. So he scored 149 league goals in 80 league games so far in his career. I assume he's not on the Ballon d'Or thing. Yeah, he won't be because he's not playing at high enough a level once again. Hasn't managed to feature in the Under-21 Footballer of the Year either. But, he'll eventually feature if Oxford City can get all the way up to the top flight. And I don't see any reason why they can't manage that with Mr. Perfect in their team. And to round things off, let's look at a couple of tasty goals from Mr. Perfect. Look at the curl on that free kick. That is insane. I forgot to say, they won the FA Trophy this year. A hat-trick from Mr. Perfect. This was the first one in the second minute. He kept going. No one could touch him. This was his second. Nice interception. And then just ran in on goal. And finished. I don't know why he's got the number 6 shirt on. It's just too easy for him. Another free kick. Beautifully curled in past the keeper. Completing his hat-trick and winning the FA Trophy for Oxford City. How'd they get on in the FA Cup? Let's just have a quick look. They won in the first round against Eastleigh. In the second round, they beat Notts County after replay. In the third round, they lost against Sheffield Wednesday. But a really impressive run from Oxford City. And Mr. Perfect is banging in the goals. He's scoring some beautiful goals. No surprise there. But I think we'll end it there. If there's anything you want me to show in a bit more detail in part 2, then let me know. But of course, part 2 will be recorded if this video gets to 500 likes. So hit that like button. If you are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Be much appreciated. And as always, if you have any ideas for other experiments, just let me know. Either in the comments, tweet me, just get in touch with me and let me know if there's anything that you'd like me to make. And I've got a list of possible experiment ideas, so I will add it to those. But until next time, enjoy FM20, enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you very soon.